Welcome to the Harwich district in old and new pictures. Our journey takes us to Parkston Quay, now Harwich International, Dovercourt seaside and the town, and then on to Harwich with all its history. We start at Upper Dovercourt by the Green. This was the A604 and for many years the only road into the town. If you stood there in 1946 in the morning and evening, you would see a long column of German prisoners of war marching to and from the new transit camp being built half a mile further towards Colchester. The road entrance to Parkston and the quay was in 2004 completely changed, with the whole quay area being renamed Harwich International. Here we are looking at a picture of Parkston Station, the quay being named after Mr. Park, chairman of Great Eastern Railways. Parkston Quay, built on Ray Island in 1883. In 1933, an extension was built. If at any time you are in the terminal building, please look for the Harwich Tapestry, the history of Harwich, of which this picture is a part. Even in its early days, the port was very busy. The ship is the Colchester, built in 1889. War has its aftermath. German submarines laid up after World War I. After World War II, part of the reserve fleet laid off Parkston, including two depot ships of about 12,000 tons, the Mulligan Tower and the Tyne, later to become the command ship for the Suez operation. Also moored in threes were destroyers or corvettes. After a long line of day and night ferries, things suddenly changed to this: the Stena Discovery, on its first day, the 2nd of June 1997. 2 complete journeys per day. On the other side of the peninsula is the seaside resort of Dovercourt, very popular in late Victorian times. Note the donkeys, the merry-go-round and the bathing machines. Let us stroll along the prom at a few more pictures of Dovercourt. One of the iron steel lighthouses in Dovercourt Bay, dating, guess, 1862. These were erected to replace the original Harwich lighthouses, which became known as the misleading lights due to silting at Landguard Point. We cannot leave the seaside without some more wonderful pictures of pastime holidays. Also on the prom was a bandstand, replaced later by the pavilion where many concerts took place. However, this became a barrier to walking on the prom in winter. It got old and the cliffs needed repair. So we have the pavilion, no more. The next picture is of the interior with a concert taking place. The breakwater dividing Dovercourt and Harwich. Still there, but no longer can we walk along it for safety reasons at low tide. As we climb the cliffs to Franks Road and the seafront, we find the Minesweeper War Memorial from World War I, and we follow the road Marine Parade, which leads us to the town. Note the horse-drawn bus. As we leave Dovercourt on the road to Harwich, spare a thought for the floods of 1953, which wrought much havoc in Harwich. Bernards, the naval uniform makers, for many years, one of the guns of the redoubt. The Lighthouses, which became known as the misleading lights. We now start a little tour of Harwich Town. This is Church Street, and we shall see several buildings that are interesting in the town. Captain Jones's house, of Mayflower fame. This and the next picture is the wheel crane, which stands on the green. The crane came from the Royal Naval Shipyard at Harwich, dated 1667, the only known example in the world. The Guildhall, built in 1769, and stands on the site of the Bear, where the council had met since 1673. There is still public access to the Guildhall at certain times, and in one room you will find these little drawings of ships, the artists being prisoners held in the room. Two pictures follow of the parade or esplanade, which looks over towards Felixstowe. A modern picture from the parade looking across to Felixstowe with the cruise ship Splendour of the Seas and the Discovery in the foreground. The courtyard of the Three Cups, where Lord Nelson stayed on a visit to Harwich. As we come to the end of our journey, we look at what made Harwich its ideal anchorage from the North Sea. Ships of all sizes have come and gone from here over the centuries. We see now Halfpenny Pier, which was the toll, and all its surroundings. The SS Norfolk. Please note the number of passengers. The fire at Harwich Pier in 1910. This is the waterfront, which was known as the Camber, and where now cars park in front of the new Trinity House building. For many years, the Brightlingsea served as the Harwich to Felixstowe ferry. The Great Eastern Hotel, early 1900s, now split up into apartments. One of Harwich's great heroes, Captain Fright of the SS Brussels, captured and shot by the Germans in 1916 after trying to ram a German submarine. The SS Prague on the Harwich to Hook night ferry. In 1940 she went to Dunkirk 3 times. This and the next picture is of the Harwich to Zeebrugge train ferry, now gone. This ends our little journey of Parkston, Dovercourt and Harwich as we look back at Harwich in 1880. So it's goodbye to the Harwich Peninsula